Hey, welcome back to Cleflin Nights. This is the never-ending gaming story that takes place in many alternate worlds. I hate disclaimers, but all the art I use for this video is owned by the creators. I don't make none of this stuff up yet. This is our 41st episode, and it's for the gaming that took place on and around the week of October 2017, and I have a recorder now. So where we last left our heroes on Black World, which is actually Earth 10.3.2 day 2 in the Tropicana on the Asteroids. When we last left, the Argonauts, Brotherhood, Omega Dawn, and Stars they were still having dinner. The Argonauts are made up of Alex Prentice, Hope Spaulding, David Alanine, Bruce Wayne, Charles Xavier, Monet St. Croix, Tessa Lovett, and Mindy McCready. The Brotherhood is made up of Max Eisenhardt, Magna Lupescu, Joel Hastings, Ray Forge, Cassandra Xavier, Peter Petrelli, Claire Bennett, and Celine Gallio. And Omega Dawn is made up of Christopher Lord, Megan Moores, Adriana Tomas, Calvin Rankin, Zatanna Zatara, Sam Guthrie, Alan Scott, and Barda. I use a lot of the real names of some of the characters because they're not really doing a lot of stuff in their codename form. So this role-playing stuff. And Stars is made up of Chris Ritz, Kamala Khan, Clarice Ferguson, Mary Bromfield, Sam Alexander, Wally West, Peter Parker, and Gwen Stacy, that is. So, Chris, and Max talk about the time blend like dreams and stuff that Alex, Christopher are having every night, and Max says he hasn't experienced anything like that. Charles and Monet talk to Ray about forging something that would insulate their room with telepathic dampers, so that they could be intimate without affecting all other psi sensitives in the area. And some of the questions I have about this world, and you may ponder as well, when are they ever going to finish dinner? We don't get much time gaming this world, so whatever we get to, we do. But what else is going to happen this evening before they all go to sleep? And will there be other time blend like scenarios that Alex, Chris, and Christopher are going on Earth 210.24. It's still 11 July 2017. They were on the asteroid orbiting Earth. The team INTERcept just recruited Betsy Braddock, and the asteroid's crew Stormwatch brought Carolina Dean up to the station. And so INTERcept now is made up of Andrew Moore, Carol Danvers, Hank McCoy, Nina Thurman, and Betsy Braddock. Stormwatch is made up of Ray Moore, Jody Ritz, Chris Ritz, Joel Hastings, Alex Prentice, Kitty Pryde, Megan Moores, Koriand'r, and Ilyana Rasputin. Because I'll tell you why in just a second. Andrew takes Betsy to the shuttle bay and introduces her to the rest of the team. Chris shows Carolina around the asteroid, and then he asks her to join Stormwatch, and she says yes. no recruiting power there. So Chris gives her a swimsuit, and Alex and Megan in the Tropicana explain to the refugees how to use their swimsuits. And if you guys want to know more about swimsuits, leave a comment below. Maybe I'll do a video. Meanwhile, in the Fantasia device, in a Tamaran scenario, Corey is so impressed by Joel's sweet gesture to make the scenario up for her, since it's been a long time since she was there. The two make love again. Twice in one day. Wait. And Kitty and Ray decide that the whole of Stormwatch needs to get together to make some decisions on these controversial topics that they have. So when they put the word out that there is to be a meeting in one of the tower's brief rooms, the rest of them have to finish quickly everything that they're doing. Questions I have for this world. Well, I wonder who Andrew Moore is going to recruit next for INTERcept, and I wonder what Stormwatch is going to do, and what are they going to start playing in the Earth's events with having a knowing device and a Fantasia device. What are they going to do with that? Interested, and how long this day is going to take. So, well, where we last left our heroes on Earth-10.3, it is still 30 May 1993. I say still just because you guys know that this is continued on from the last episode, and we're still playing in this story. If I didn't say still, then we would just start this. So, letting you know. Anyways, no pressure. Where we last left our heroes, Eclipse and the Outsiders are in LA they were trying to take out the Pryde, with the government apparently trying to recruit them. So they're trying to figure that out. Eclipse is made up of Alex Prentice Archer, Johnny Blaze, Kyle Rayner, Nico Minoru, Rachel Roth, and Ren. The Outsiders are made up of Chris Ritz, Cassie Sandsmark, Julian Keller, Carolina Dean, Molly Hayes, Tim Drake, and Victor Mancha. Victor's still running missions for the teams from Mancha Machina in downtown LA. So he sends Johnny, Julian, and Tim to see what's happening downtown, and Archer's following them. They get this notice that the military are headed there also. Oh, they notice that it's happening because they can see the helos flying in. When they get downtown, they notice that the police and the military are focusing on a parking building. Johnny changes into Ghost Rider and jumps and lands into the building. It would be pretty cool to see this. He sees suited men shooting at Jennifer Walters in her savage She-Hulk form. Also in, Chris, Cassie, Alex, and Rachel meet in Malibu at the Wilder's house. They explain to Alex Wilder that they are heroes and that their parents are mobsters, and that the military are doing and what the military are doing to the other members of the Pryde. Alex Wilder calls his father Jeffrey. Both Carolina and Molly tell Chris that their parents are planning to escape from the military. And in the end, really, the military is just sending boxes of hey, will you join? But everybody's taking it as oh gosh, the military's going to force us to, be slaves. So, from their hidden base in southern Florida, INTERcept continues to monitor the flying carrier USS AMERICA in Miami. They're using their T-spheres to do that. INTERcept is made up of Andrew Moore, Carol Danvers, Emma Frost, Michael Holt, John Irons, Tony Masters, and Sarah Pazzini. While observing the T-Sphere's video feed from the carrier, they see Adriana Tereshkova and Nicholas Lone of Alpha Star arrive in the passageway outside of a top secret space. Nicholas hacks the door combo and disguises himself, and goes inside, and so does the T-Sphere. So looking inside, Andrew recognizes what he sees as a Cerebro device over some dude's head, and when the hatch closes to that room, they get cut off from the T-Sphere. So Andrew's like, load up the Brent with the rest of INTERcept, and it looks like they're going off to Miami. And meanwhile, in Monaco, at the St. Croix residence, Victor rescued last time Monet St. Croix and her sisters, Nicole and Claudette, or at least that's what he thought. Connor's team is made up of Connor Kent, Laura Kinney, and T'Challa. Connor heads back into the cliffside mansion, looks for something else, looks for anything else, and he finds the mute Penance. If you ask more questions or something, I'll be sure to have pictures of these things up. He brings her also back to Hades, and her sharp skin doesn't cut him. Oh, and it looks like Connor is heading to Bella De Nico with the St. Croix daughters. That's what I meant to say. We'll go back to Bella De Nico in a minute, but where we last left Earth Force, Beth and her Earth Force team had left Atlantis and now are arriving in Cape Verde Reservation in Arizona. Wow, big difference. Water, sand. To recruit James Proudstar. Earth Force is made up of Beth Tanaka, Ray Moore, Barry Allen, Artemis Kendra Sanders, and Clarice Ferguson. Upon arrival, Beth's ship Pele doesn't scan any mutant signatures in the immediate residence. So then they detect two outbound out in the open, a couple miles away, and so they head out there and the ship finds James Proudstar and his older brother John. As they begin to talk, there's an MV-22 Osprey Marine aircraft. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I do. Inbound. Beth quickly asks James to join Earth Force, and of course he says yes because he doesn't have a choice. And they get that subject handled. Now, meanwhile, in the Caribbean, on the small little island known as Bella De Nico, Marcus, and where we last left them, Marcus, Lord of Omegadon, has recruited Clark Kent, and the other teams, Infinity and Pantheon, continue to get ready for the sweating of Tempest and Rogue. Infinity is made up of Frank, Corso, Hercules, John Jones, Merlin, Lania Petrovna, Owen Reese, and Zana. Pantheon is made up of Carter Ritz, Sam Corso, Tempest Odinson, Xander Prentice, Gray Ritz, Holly Day, Cindy Moon, Megan Moores, and Rogue. Omega Dawn, wow, when there's 4 teams here, it's going to be crazy. Omega Dawn is made up of Marcus Lord, Jean Grey, Madison Jeffries, Hal Jordan, Clark Kent, Wanda Lenshaw, and Aurora Monroe. Frank calls Andrew Moore while he's on Brent and asks him if he's coming to the wedding. So now it looks like INTERcept might be coming towards Bella De Nico. And in the town of Tranquilidad, Tempest goes to a cafe to meet the Baroness Anastasia Cisarovna and Irene Adler. And this isn't Irene Adler from Sherlock Holmes. He tells the Baroness and that he already knows that she's really Raven Darkholme, and says that she should talk to Rogue before the wedding. And they talk about a few other things, and it's pretty much the end of their meeting. No comment time this week, but questions I have about what's going on 10.3. I think all the recruiting is done, so I'm wondering what's going to happen between now and the wedding. Will we get much further? What's going on with Alpha Star on USS America, and what else are our characters going to find out about what the military is doing? I think we might find some more of that out in LA, but it seems like that the Outsiders and the Argonauts Eclipse are going to try to save the Pryde from the military. So if you have questions about what we explained to you today, leave a comment below with those questions. Hopefully I'll be able to address them. And also, if you like us, hit subscribe, become part of the Cleflin Knights and the Never Ending Story. And there's a little bell for notifications, and there's also a little like button. So thumbs up. And to everybody else out there, vaya con Dios and adios, arrivederci, all that good stuff.